You are at Insightful Journey, and I am Tuệ An, your companion on the path to inner peace and awareness. Today, we will talk about an invisible burden that most of us are carrying. Have you ever walked into a room, and before a word was even spoken, you felt a heavy, somber atmosphere surrounding you? Have you ever just heard a single complaint, a vague criticism, and your whole day suddenly became dull and unpleasant? We fear being hurt by others, but few realize that our mind is unknowingly becoming the dumping ground for the emotional trash of the entire world. I want to tell you the story of Miss Hai, a woman I once met. Miss Hai worked as an accountant, and every day she went to work, she received a full dose of the office's flavors. Monday morning, Hai's boss had just been reprimanded by her superior. Upon seeing Hai, the boss, "How are you working? This report is wrong from the very first number. If you can't handle it, quit." Hai stood there, body rigid, not understanding what she did wrong, but daring not to argue. At lunch, her colleague sat down. "So frustrating. Low pay, too much work. My husband is indifferent. I don't know what I'm living for anymore." The conversation was non-stop, only complaining. Hai silently listened, but in her head, those complaints began to mix with the unjustified anger her boss had dumped on her. She got home that evening, and Hai's son ran up to her. "Mom, I got an A." Hai looked at her son, but her face was still tense, her voice lacking any gentleness. "So what about an A? You didn't do your homework well last time. You need to try harder this time. Don't get complacent." The boy's eyes dropped. Hai realized she had just transferred the negativity from work onto her innocent child. She was exhausted not because of the job, but because she had unknowingly absorbed the murky water of others and brought it home, staining those who loved her most. She had turned her mind into a public trash can, and from there, she unknowingly turned herself into an emotional polluter. Hai's story is not unique. Tuệ An wants to share this truth with you. The problem is not that others are negative. The problem is that you allow that negativity to enter and stay in your mind. People suffer not because someone dumps trash on them, but because they don't dare to refuse, don't dare to walk away, and worse, they sit down and try to sort that pile of trash, treating it as part of themselves. When you pick up someone else's criticism and put it in your head, you are unknowingly giving them the key to control your emotions and life energy. You are the owner of the house of your mind. Never give up control. But how can we protect that house? Most of us want to avoid it, but we can't. A boss is a boss, and a relative is still a relative. So, what is the most solid fortress you can build? It is not resistance, it is awareness. Let's analyze the 3 psychological mechanisms that turn you into a victim. Psychologically, people tend to mimic and feel the emotions of those opposite them. When someone complains or criticizes, your nervous system, specifically the mirror neurons, activates, causing you to unconsciously experience that annoyance and anger. You think you are politely listening, but in reality, you are opening the door and inviting that negativity inside. Buddhist teaching calls this karma of the mouth. It's not just the words you speak, but also what you choose to listen to. If you agree to listen to trash, you are creating negative karma for yourself. When someone is taking it out on you, they are not angry at you. They are angry at their own life, their own powerlessness, and you are just a convenient target for dumping. However, if you have a tendency towards self-doubt or low self-esteem, you will unconsciously accept that criticism, turning it into a truth about yourself. Maybe I really am terrible. Instead of seeing the comment as the speaker's problem, you turn it into proof of your own shortcomings. You are taking on someone else's burden to punish yourself. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is impermanence, anicca. Everything changes, including emotions. The boss's anger, the colleague's complaint, or the stranger's criticism are all fleeting emotional clouds. When you practice mindfulness, sati, you observe that anger and negativity as an outsider. You see it enter, you see it wanting to stay, but you do not identify with it. You see the murky cup of water being poured out, but you decide not to pick it up and drink it. You don't block the cup, you just don't drink. This is a very sharp distinction. So, how do you practice this awareness in a busy life? Tuệ An suggests 3 simple steps that require daily practice. Step 1. Identify and name it. Whose trash is it? When you feel discomfort arise after a conversation, pause for 3 seconds and ask yourself, whose emotion is this? Whose suffering did this comment come from? Recognize the difference between my emotion and the emotion I am absorbing. Most negativity is someone else's problem due to stress, fear, personal dissatisfaction, and it has nothing to do with your worth. Naming it. This is the boss's anger. This is the colleague's dissatisfaction. Helps you detach yourself from that energy. Step 2. The see-through vision technique. When criticized or blamed, you don't need to react immediately. Use see-through vision to look at the hidden suffering behind the words. If someone criticizes you harshly, oh, she is very stressed, afraid about their position. If someone complains constantly, they are lacking connection, seeking validation. You don't agree with what they say, but you understand their pain. Understanding does not mean accepting the negativity, but creating a psychological distance between you and that trash. This distance is your peace. You sense the suffering, but you do not experience it. Step 3. The mindful exit. You don't need to be a hero or endure it to be polite. Learn to use gentle yet decisive statements. To a constant complainer, I understand you are going through a difficult time, but I think you need to talk to a professional, someone who can help you solve this problem. I believe you will get through it. To unfair criticism. Thank you for your feedback. I will review thee. Regarding personal issues, I'd prefer not to take them on. If you cannot speak, use the inner exit. Take 3 deep breaths, repeat in your head, this is not mine, and change your physical state. Stand up, get a glass of water, change your position. Small action, big meaning. Finally, look at your mind as a garden. Every thought, every emotion you allow to enter is a seed. Negativity, criticism, and complaints are the weeds that others unknowingly sow. You have the power to choose. Either let the garden be overrun by weeds that don't belong to you, or keep it clean, only planting the seeds of compassion, peace, and self-mastery. Don't let others turn you into the place where they dump their weakness. Protecting your emotional boundaries is the deepest act of self-love. You were not born to carry the suffering of the whole world. You were born to become the most peaceful version of yourself. If this video helped you feel a little lighter, please leave a like so I know my efforts are worthwhile. Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can continue this healing journey step by step. Remember, I am still here if you need me.